This hangout is on air live. Hi, everybody. This is James Cox from peacefreedomprosperity.com, and this is From the Wilderness with my good friend Stephan Kinsella, who is wandering aimlessly around the Canadian wilderness. We've been talking now for about, I don't know, maybe approximately 30 to 45 minutes, somewhere around about there, and he's actually gone out on a walk, and he's a little bit lost. He's over the other side of the river from where he needs to be, and he can't find a bridge. So, Stephan, what's going on?
Hey, my brother. Yeah, so I'm here in Banff, Canada, and I've got my backpack on. I've got a long walk going on. My wife's playing golf, so I had nothing to do this morning. And I followed the instructions the concierge gave me, and I am literally lost in the forest. I mean, so this is the Spray River or something, and that's my hotel, but it's across the river. And I went about 2 or 3 miles up that way. So I was going to try to go all the way around to some other bridge, but I'm not sure how to get there. And so I called you. Bears are out and active. I might get eaten while we're talking.
That's
so
right.
I'm retracing my path now. And you and I were talking about the deficiencies in your understanding of rights, and I was trying to help you out, and you were being resistant, as you usually are. But, you know, you're a Brit, I'm an American, so I understand the sort of the problem with that kind of communication dialogue. There's a pride there. There's a resistance. There's a stubbornness there. So I will give you some leeway on that. You know, I understand. I'm with you in spirit.
Is there any other condescending remarks that you'd like to add?
Will you please get? Look, I'm a little distracted right now, so if you give me a minute,
Yeah, I would be too.
I'll come up with some more.
Too. I would be too, especially if you have a look behind you. What's behind you right now?
Ah! No. So the skies are blue here, but you can see there's clouds there, and I keep feeling raindrops. I think I'm going to get rained on. Yeah. It all sucks.
I'm just
trying to find my way to the forest.
I just wish it would piss it down right now.
You mean in the British sense or in the American sense?
Well, piss it down means I hope the skies would open and rain would just absolutely pour down. That'd be cool.
Let's hey, you want to do a homesteading talk like we did earlier? So we have these loose rocks here, right? Okay, I'm in a Canadian National Forest called Banff. Okay, James, You see the rock?
Yeah.
All right. I hereby homestead this rock. I own this rock.
Yeah, put it in your backpack.
You know what? I've decided it's too heavy, so I hereby abandon the rock. But I did own that rock for about 5 seconds.
You are no Rambo, are you? Because Rambo would have filled his backpack up with rocks and he'd be running around the woods to get, put extra weight on to get, more exercise. Carrying extra weight builds more muscle.
Why do you Europeans like Rambo so much? You're so into America and Hollywood. It's pathetic.
Look, all the kids in America think that Hollywood's cool. I don't.
Did you know that Hollywood was created because of patents?
Because of what?
Patents.
No, I didn't know that.
Patent and copyright have heavily distorted American and worldwide culture for decades now. For example, the reason I'm going down here to the river to get a look-see, try to scope my strategy before I plot my way. I'm just trying to find my way back to where I came from, which will be a 3-mile walk back home. But I'm not gonna risk the other thing.
Just pan around again. Let's see the the scenery.
Well, it's really beautiful here. This is I think that's the Spray River. The Bow River somewhere around here.
Dude, you have not moved since I've been talking to you 45 minutes, and you're claiming that you're walking around and you're lost in the woods. I've seen that mountain. Yeah. Well, I've seen that exact mountain. Exact shot for the last 30 minutes.
Well, let me explain something to you. This is how I got 4 degrees. I know how to sit back and think about things before I approach the problem. I like to think about it, circle around it, and then formulate a plan of action, and then go for it. So that's what I'm doing now. So now I've made my mind up, and I'm going to make my way up this frickin' hill somehow. Anyway, no, so let me give you an example. You want to talk about copyright and patent for a second?
Sure, and then we can go back to the rock if you want.
Well, it relates. Everything's related. Okay, this looks like a promising. I didn't come down this way, but this looks like a promising trail up. Listen, if I die, if a bear eats me, tell my wife it was a fun trip. In any case,
you hear them banjos?
Yeah, I know. You and I just had a debate about whether I'm entitled to make fun of rednecks.
You ain't entitled to shit, man.
Well, entitled not in the property rights sense, but like in the sense of a privilege check. I don't know.
Well, I would say that you're probably entitled to suck air.
I came from freaking rural Louisiana. Oh, the story I was going to tell you earlier.
This conversation's all over the place.
Well, we already had 30 minutes of this bullshit. Look, there's little army ants. There's little creatures everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when I went to Philadelphia to practice law, the Philadelphia lawyers have this Philadelphia lawyer sort of, what do you call it, snobbery.
Yeah. Don't all attorneys have that? Isn't it like
it's more
elite,
of a Yankee
elite class?
No, it's more of a Yankee. It's more of a Yankee
aristocracy type of thing.
No, lawyers are cocky and arrogant, but not snobbish, really.
I don't know.
They're just assholes. They're assholes and bullies. That's a different thing. The Yankee types, you know, they go to Michigan or Penn or Yale or the Ivy Leagues. So I joined this big Philadelphia law firm.
I've lost your video, by the way.
All right, hold on. Am I back now?
No.
Really?
Oh, you're back. You were just then. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you know what happened? My iPhone gave me a 20% battery warning.
All right, you better hurry up and talk about IP then.
So anyway, I would talk to these guys, and they had this kind of condescending attitude. You're some bumpkin from Louisiana. You went to LSU. But because I'm not the typical... Okay, so here's the Banff, Fairmont Springs.
Oh, look at that! Look at that hotel.
It's amazing. It's an old castle, or something made into a resort. And there's the golf course. Anyway, oh, I see some people. Hold on a sec. Hold on.
Ask them if they support the use of violence against you.
Hey guys. Do you guys know the way back, like, to the road or something? Just kind of like up that way generally?
Yeah, well, you can see a car.
Oh, there's a car up there. Okay.
That's a car.
I'm not as lost as I thought. Where are you guys from?
Yeah, from England.
England?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing a podcast live on the internet right now. Yeah. Okay, can I ask you a question? Do you guys support taxes in the state?
Yes.
You do? You do? Yeah. Okay, well.
We don't pay, we pay value-added tax on certain purchases.
Yeah.
You seem to get it on everything you buy.
Do you think that there's a maximum tax rate that would be confiscatory, or do you think that even if they tax us at 90% be okay?
15%.
Yeah.
VAT.
But do you think there'd be a certain point the government would tax us too much that it would call for revolution?
Anything over 20.
20% would be too much.
Yeah.
So 19's okay, 21's too high.
Yeah.
Ask them if they think that taxation's theft.
17 is
Okay, my host on the radio program says, do you think taxation is theft?
Yes, backdoor theft, yes.
Backdoor theft, but you support it if it's only 19%.
Yeah.
So you approve of theft?
It's the same, if I can give you an example. We're now paying somewhere in the region of about $3 a litre for our petrol.
Yeah.
Now, $1.75 of that is government tax.
Yeah. And what do they do with it? They drop bombs on Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Big productive use of resources. Anyway, thanks for the directions, guys. I'm off. Okay, so that was some nice British people.
Yeah, my fellow man.
Aren't you British, James?
I am. I'm originally from old Blighty, the motherland.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see basically why we're doomed. But in any case,
you should say, so you support violence against me, basically. Because if I don't pay, men with guns will come and kidnap me and throw me in a cage. And
look,
if I resist,
cars,
they will shoot.
They will shoot at me,
and possibly I may die in resisting.
Okay. So when I went to Philly, I was trying to get back to my story before we get to copyright, before we get to
10%
homesteading of rocks. Oh, I think it'll last for 10 more minutes. 20 more minutes.
All right, so Philly, go ahead.
It was just interesting to me how I would go to cocktail parties and have the kind of snooty, privileged, entitled, soft American asshole Yankee lawyers kind of turn their noses up. Oh, you're from Louisiana. You're a hick. And to tell the truth, there's some truth to that. And, but because I've read a ton on philosophy and literature and epistemology, legal theory, we start talking and they would soon bow out. It was always funny to me. When I was at the law firms, I would be involved in interviewing lawyers, and you have to find questions to ask new lawyers, right? Laterals, law students looking for a job. Okay, so now we're at the Bow River Trail.
You know where you're at now? You're not lost anymore?
I know where I can go. Well, I know how to get back. I still don't know the way to get there the way I originally wanted to, but anyway, it's beautiful here.
Wow, look at that.
Anyway, oh, there's the Fairmont right there. So you guys see that? That's a cool hotel. Anyway, and here's some hot Canadian chicks. But anyway, all right, so I'm on the road now, and I'm going to go back to my trail. I know what I'm doing now. All is saved. It's just a matter of time.
See, those British people that support, even though they support taxation, saved your ass.
They saved me.
They got you out of the woods.
Like 50 feet up the hill. This is the Bow Falls, by the way, a famous waterfall. You guys see that?
Yeah,
everyone on the internet who can see this, raise your hands. Okay, that's the Bow Falls. Anyway, so when I would interview these law students and laterals, you got to find something to ask them. What I would normally do is I would say, let's not sit in this conference room. Let's go for a walk. Let's go get a coffee. So we would walk and do a normal activity for half an hour, 45 minutes. I always like to do that. And I would say, well, I would look at their resume and like if their degree was like, let's say philosophy or English or economics, I would just say, and so I'm an engineer major. I'm not really a professional in these other fields, but I'm interested. And you got to talk to people. So I would say, like if he's an economics major, I would say, who's your favorite economist? You know, not trying to provoke a fight, but just to ask them a question. And I was always surprised. 9/10 of the time, they looked at me with a blank stare. They didn't have a favorite. They didn't have an answer. They really weren't interested in economics. They just have a stupid BA degree or BS in some cities, some colleges, in economics. I'm like, how can you study in economics and not even have a favorite economist? At least one or two. I mean, they knew nothing. Okay, here's a better view. This is the Bow Falls. There's the Fairmont. There's the river. Blah, blah, blah. You see that bridge way down there? That's where I've got to get to. But now I know I can survive.
Look at those mountains over there.
Yeah, look at those mountains. Oh, you don't mean the hot Canadian hiker that just passed by. You mean the
I'm not interested in that scenery. I'm just interested in the actual scenery of the landscape.
I know. All you English guys are sort of, you know. But anyway. Okay, so what I was trying to say about Hollywood movies, I've got a blog post about this on my C4SIF site. There was an early patent battle in the early part of the 20th century, right at the dawn of the sort of modern movie age, and there was, I think it was a Thomas Edison patent or something like that, and because of the threat of patents, which was in New York, it was kind of regional at the time for some reason. I don't know why. The movie industry escaped the patents. So the entire landscape of world culture, there's a profound impact on patents. If you just go to my site and just search for patents in Hollywood and movies, you'll see. There's a bus. There's socialized transportation for you. Anyway, in the copyright field, so have you ever seen one of these like Louis Vuitton purses or whatever?
Yes.
It's got or the luggage. It has all the logo slapped all over it. You know why they do that?
Why?
Because there's no copyright or patent on fashion designs. So the merchandisers, the producers of these bags, they want to get some kind of state-enforced intellectual property. Oh, hold on. I got another low battery warning. We may be almost out of power.
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, I'm back now, I'm sure. And so they took advantage of trademark law, so they start slapping their logo on their clothes and on their luggage, so they can use trademark law to enforce a monopoly. So basically, we have a whole trend in...
I get you. So what you're saying is there's no actual patent on a bag or a purse or, you know, the thing, if it's just blank. But, however, if you put your logo on it, then you can make it...
You can use trademark law, so
okay.
That's why...
I was a little bit lost by what you were saying there, but now it's clear.
Yeah. In other words, if we did not have patent, copyright, or trademark law, then you probably wouldn't even have this bizarre trend where part of the design of the clothing is the logo. The logo usually just is trademark. It just represents symbol of origin or something. It shouldn't be part of the fashion design. Anyway, that's just an example of how patents and copyrights distort culture and industry. Did you follow the Aereo decision? Have you read about that or followed that at all?
Did I what?
The Aereo decision, the Supreme Court case about 3 days ago, 3 days ago.
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Aereo was a company that was trying to provide internet-based live and recorded viewing of broadcast television signals. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I have not. This is the first that I'm hearing of this.
Okay, yeah, I know that. Okay, so Modern News hasn't penetrated to the fastnesses of North Carolina yet.
Well, I don't watch TV, but I've been busy doing other things, you know. So.
Well, you don't learn about this by watching TV. You learn about it by reading on the internet.
I know, but I've been doing other things that.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm planning on, you know, trying to figure things out in my life right now. So that's more important to me than, you know, stuff.
Oh, here's a Bow River Trail. Let's see where this goes. Huh.
Don't get lost
I'm
again,
gonna take
man.
this.
Will that take you back?
This is by the river, so it's safe.
Will that take you back to the hotel, or
I
are
don't
you
know.
still
What's
lost?
the worst that's going to happen? Some Mountie's going to find me
you're gonna get mauled
by the trail.
You're gonna get mauled. You're gonna get mauled by a bear. It's gonna be a horrible death.
No. The good thing is
because you can't have a gun.
If I stay close.
Because you can't have a gun because the Canadian government.
I already told you. I got these guns right here.
They're not guns, man. I've told you, they're bits of cotton with knots in them.
Where does that expression come from? Is that like from Coventry or some rural settlement in Ireland or something? Where do you get that expression from? Three old women around a cauldron making up expressions?
Man, I've seen more fucking muscle on a on a fucking fly's hind leg.
Well, is that when you're using the microscope you use to clean the smegma off your wanger? Oh, sorry, that was crude. So anyway, all right, you shoot. I'll let you talk because I think I have my way now.
You got your way?
Big Daddy. Yeah, I got my way. Let me check my battery life. Well, let me see.
I think you're going to be almost out of juice.
I bet I got 5 minutes. If we conk out, you just have to trust me that this... Oh, you know what? I've got my iPad mini with me, but I don't know if it has LTE because of the complicated system. So if we drop out, I'll see if I can continue on my iPad. In fact, let me do that real quick.
Anyway, back to the rock. So you were in the woods earlier, and you picked up a rock, and you said, "I'm homesteading this rock." The question is, how do you know that rock doesn't belong to somebody else? I mean, you never yelled out.
Wait.
Hey,
why do you say that?
Is this anybody's rock?
Well, let me ask you. Why do you say that's the question? That's what question? Let's back up and be clear. You see, that's the question. Why is that the question?
You said that you're going to pick up this rock and you now homestead the rock.
Well, I was giving you an example of homesteading in action, and homesteading the sort of idealistic, the platonic ideal of homesteading is that there's an unowned natural resource, and someone is entitled to appropriate it by first use or by embordering. And I was doing that, and the presumption was that that was an unowned rock. And the reason that the presumption was not ludicrous was because, hold on.
How do you know it doesn't belong to somebody?
Hold on.
Did you ask?
Well, it was a hypothetical, which has sort of assumptions.
You're starting to sound a little bit like Jan Helfeld.
You know
that because you live in a specific geographic area, it's assumed that you have to pay taxes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That it's assumed that you have to conform. First of all, you have to conform to everybody around you.
I thought we were friends.
We are friends.
No, you just compared me to Jan Helfeld. do you know what we call that?
That was funny. You didn't think that was funny?
Call that?
Wow.
It's funny, but it's evil at the same time. So I mean,
I didn't say that you were Jan Helfeld. I said you're starting to sound like him.
Well, I don't like your analogy, so I declare you my enemy.
Are you upset now? Did I upset you?
Oh, I'm very upset. We call that fighting words in the law. So if you were here, I'm gonna punch you. Okay, I'm gonna punch you in the nose. I want you to rear your head back like I'm punching you. 1, 2, 3.
Here's another thing. Kinsella doesn't support the nap because I can't say what I want. I'm not allowed to my thoughts. This is exactly what the government does.
It's your frickin' hangout. Hey, look, I got to get to the bridge, so I paused for these. I see these dandelions, and so I'm gonna break a dandelion off. I'm homesteading this dandelion, and then watch. I'm gonna go. James, they're floating in the wind.
Thank you, man.
I just had a million wishes.
Hey, where are you? Is that somebody's house right there?
Yeah, so there's these little.
Whoa! Go back. Is that somebody's house? Is that somebody's house?
Yeah.
So you just went on somebody's property and stole one of their dandelions?
No, I'm sure this is public property from the fence. Public path down to the river.
Property. Public.
Yeah, which is why I don't feel bad about. So here's the libertarian theoretical question, which we always hear. Are resources that are on land, let's say, that is claimed to be owned by a government, like national parks or like where I'm walking on right now, is it unowned and therefore subject to homesteading, or is it owned but subject to liberation?
I think it's subject to homesteading. I don't think it's owned. I don't think these people that call themselves government or the state can own anything.
Okay, well, I think your terminology is confused and wrong. But before I give you a lesson on that.
Now you're insulting me, but that's
I'm not
okay.
Insulting. No, I'm giving you free. I'm giving you a free education. So just take advantage of the wisdom of the master.
I'm getting a free education. The wizard.
Well, look, you don't even have a shirt on, so that means I'm superior.
What does that mean? I have a hat on.
You're a savage, and I'm the civilized guy, and you're a savage.
Hey, I have a hat on, and I have hair. You're bald.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on.
And you're ugly, and you can't get any better looking.
The problem with saying I'm ugly is you're insulting my mother.
Oh.
So you can't do that.
Oh, he's got to one-up me now. Put a hat on.
All right. Now I got my
You should have had that on. You should have had that on right from the beginning.
No, I lubed up earlier. I had my sunscreen on earlier, so it's good. Okay, but now I got my hat on, me brother.
He got his hat on, and he's got his LaCroix on, his LaCroix shirt.
I'll got my hat on. Hey, let's talk about differences of like English versus American slang.
Okay, so boot.
Trunk in Britain.
Yes.
I mean,
bonnet.
It means the trunk of a car, what we call a trunk in America.
Bonnet.
Bonnet is the hood.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I've lost a lot of the British terminology being over here so long, and now, and I guess I've lost him. I've lost Kinsella. Alrighty, I guess the broadcast is over. because there's no more Canadian background, beautiful Canadian background, the wilderness. Peace, everybody. Check out peacefreedomprosperity.com, and if you like more videos like this, please share, subscribe, and like. Peace. Keep smiling. All right, this Hangout on air is live, and we're back with Stephan Kinsella. His iPhone died, so now he's on a. You're on a iPhone Mini or something?
iPad Mini. Yeah, my iPhone died. I was walking in the woods. I got lost, and I called James, and we talked for 30 minutes about bullshit. we decided to do a sanitized version of whatever we were talking about for a Google Hangout, and then my iPhone died. As I predicted, by the way, I gave you a 5-minute warning, and it happened just right away. Okay, so here's another one of those houses. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're very quiet, but I can
really?
hear
Hello,
you.
hello.
Yep.
Hold on.
That
How
has
about
to
now?
be.
Is
That's
that better or not?
A little bit.
I don't know. So that's the house. Not the house. That's a house. This is. I'm on the trail by the Spray River. I'm just trying to make my way back to my freaking hotel. My wife's done with golf, and
are you gonna be in trouble?
No, she was I called her on my iPad on Skype, and she answers it. She goes, "Hello," and I told her who it was. She says, "Like, why you calling me on a 661 number, which is what Skype does, right?" I said, "Because I'm stranded in the freaking woods, and my iPhone died, and I'm using Skype." So she goes, "Well, I got Sasha here with me. She knows these woods. Do you need help?" I'm like, "No, I see people. I see civilization. I see cars. I think I can make it back." So anyway, everything is good. So back to where we started from, my friend. We were talking about British and English terms. My friend.
Yeah.
We're talking British. Someone told me I have a Texas accent, which pisses me off because I'm not from frickin' Texas.
You have a Texas accent?
I don't know. I get all kinds of things. Some people say, "I'm surprised you're from Louisiana and you don't have an accent." And then people say, "Oh, you have such a twangy accent." I'm like, which one is it? You're like that too. You're like an accent chameleon.
I'm an accent chameleon.
Yeah. Sometimes you sound a British fop, and sometimes you sound like.
I sound like a British what?
Fop. FOP.
Hey, where's Tucker from, by the way?
He's from Texas, but he doesn't sound like it, does he?
He has a hoity-toity accent.
I know. He's sanitized it. I understand. You got to sanitize things when you're from the south. Okay, so now I found my bridge. I'm going over this bridge.
Let's see the bridge.
Getting back to the side of civilization. Hey, this is not what I want to see. So this is the bridge. That's the Spray River, or maybe the Bow River. I don't freaking know.
Wow, is that snow on the mountains over there?
Yeah, it is snow. There's still snow, even though it's, what month is it?
Hey, watch you don't get hit by those bicycles.
Huh?
You almost got knocked over by 2 people on bikes.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's like,
man, you're a pervert.
Well, that's because I have a lot of English in my blood. I did a genetic test recently, 23andMe, and I'm pretty much British, English, all Northern European. I mean, I'm basically 100% white, and I apologize for that privilege. I really do. I'm not sure who I apologize to, but I will apologize for the privilege. Whatever gets me ahead, I'll do that. See, even that's a privilege. The privilege to apologize to overcome your privilege, right?
You're asserting your white privilege right now?
Look, I don't use the word white. It's sort of a privileged word to use. What's your thought on all this privilege bullshit? You know what I think? I think it's good to be privileged. It's like, yeah, it's good to be privileged. I mean, who wouldn't want to be freaking privileged?
I think that, we're just human beings, all of us. There's no difference. It's just some people have different skills than other people. They can do things better than others. Some people.
Non-responsive, Your Honor. I know those are true statements, but they're irrelevant and fuzzy, and they have nothing to do with my question. So let's try again. I'm talking about the privilege debate in libertarianism.
Does anybody have
look,
privilege?
I mean, when I hear people whine about privilege, it makes me think of like some hillbilly redneck who can't read making fun of some guy who knows how to read, like, well, your parents taught you how to read, mother. You know, you ain't got no claim to. Who are you to say you're better than me just because you know